Libra, this is your astrology forecast for June 2015. Thank you for joining me. I'm not going to do a card this month. I'm going to go into much more detail with your astrology. So this video may be a bit longer, quite a lot longer, because I just want to go more into depth, and especially in terms of the aspects the planets make with each other to create that really complex kind of kaleidoscope of astrological influences that are going to affect you in June. Okay, so I want to get started with the full moon that happens on the 2nd of June in your third house in Sagittarius. I really feel that you're going to get much clearer in terms of what your message is, and I think you're going to become much less compromising in terms of what your message is, and it's going to be a little bit unlike you, but you're going to get very much forceful about what you're trying to say, and if other people don't like it, I don't think you're going to be particularly bothered. So I think at the beginning of June you're going to be in a time where you don't care what other people think so much. I think the message is your primary focus. I think you have something to, you believe in something and you feel very strongly about something that you've gained from your own experience. So if you fly in the face of convention, you don't care because it's true for you. And that's wonderful. So please talk and please share that with us, because it's important to hear and to find out what you've learned about life and how we can benefit from that. A couple of days later, Venus goes into Leo in your 11th house. And this makes you very much a lover of other people, of ideas, of really following the process, and I think you're filled with enthusiasm around the 6th. And I think you're crackling with new ideas and energy and real passion for life. And a kind of lust for life, a zest for life. Really, really energetic, really, really optimistic. Again about your message, again about the possibilities of new love, romance, and new information. It's almost like you've come to a stage in your life where it's like, okay, I've mastered something, I've overcome something, I've excelled at this, I've excelled at that. And things seem new again. You've got that youthful sense of joy and excitement back. And it may be that you've got something new. It may be that you're in a new relationship, or you've got a new car, or you've started a new university course. But there's something really, there's that feeling of excitement around at the beginning of June. And that's wonderful because you start to see things with fresh eyes. And it also means that the thing before that has been completed and is mastered. So it's like climbing a mountain. You've reached this plateau, now you're going up to the next level, which is great. Jupiter, the planet of good luck and good fortune, sextiles, so it's in a 60-degree aspect with Mars, the planet of war and desire. And it's in that aspect for 2 weeks, between the 31st of May and the 11th of June. The planets are, your Jupiter is in your 11th, and Mars is in the 9th house of expansion. So that enthusiasm, it could really be translated into traveling, and actually going on a trip and seeing the world and really feeling so upbeat because of that, because you're experiencing something new. It could also be a new job, but the key word here is new, and the excitement about a new adventure, a new approach, and doing something for the first time. The same 2 weeks see Saturn trining Venus from the 31st of May until the 12th of June, so 1 day longer. And Saturn is structure, and again, that's been sitting in your third house of communication. It means your message is very firm and you don't doubt yourself. And the fact that it trines with Venus, Venus is the goddess of love, as I've said before, but a trine is a really harmonious aspect, which means the two kind of help each other out and don't clash. They don't cause a lot of friction. So your message and your strength comes from a place of love. You don't need to doubt yourself. You are saying things and you feel certain within yourself, not because you're suddenly an egomaniac and you've got the wrong end of the stick. I really think your heart and your mind are in a good place and you can trust your own opinions, beliefs, and ideas. So be a little bit more outspoken. It's not going to cause you a huge amount of problem because you're right. What you're saying and what other people aren't possibly warming to is something good and positive and that needs to be said. What was that thing about whenever a good idea happens, people, there's a thing about this, but people first laugh at you, say, oh, how stupid. Then they get angry because it's like, oh, this is really challenging us. Then they accept it, and then they pretend like it's always been that way. But you've got to go through that process if you want to change things, and you've got something really worthwhile, Libra. So you're a diplomat, you're a people person anyway, and you have the good of humanity. You always want the best for people. So whatever you're saying, please, even if you do get criticism, go for it, because you've got our best interests at heart. That's what I was looking for. Mercury comes out of retrograde on the 12th, and that's in your 9th of travel and education. So that's been pretty easy for you because Jupiter's been mitigating that a little bit with that sextile. But now when Mercury comes out of retrograde, I really think education is great for you. Doing something new at work, like a new course, going on a trip, anything where you're getting out there and expanding your horizons is going to be excellent for you. And the 12th onwards is going to be even better than the 1st. Both are good, but the 12th onwards is going to be even easier and quicker. Venus has also been sextiling Mercury, and again that talks about your message being one of love. And the other thing that I'm being told here is that if you do stick to your guns and speak your mind, that your dreams will come true. That could happen a number of ways. I mean, if I'm in a job and I see something go wrong, like if I see, like let's say I work for the council and I really see that the council is failing people with special needs, and I see that, and I say, I can either speak about this and get a whole bunch of criticism and say, how dare you criticize us, or I can keep quiet. I choose to speak about it. Everyone goes crazy, I almost lose my job, how dare I criticize the system. But after a while people notice that I'm a whistleblower on a really serious subject, and that thanks to my speaking up, things have got better. My dreams will come true because I'll probably get promoted. I'll probably become the head of that council. So it's that kind of thing. You have to take a risk, and if you know it's right, please take the risk. And what I'm saying to you is that it is right, what you feel this month. Now, some of the outer planets are doing something significant this month as well. First of all, Pluto is the planet of rebirth and regeneration and kind of new life. Uranus is the planet of chaos and the unexpected and electricity and energy and, you know, like, how do we manage you? It's crazy, rebellion. And those two have been in a square since March 2012. And a square is when two planets are 90 degrees apart and they create real friction between them. And the way that looks for you is you would have really tried to transform your family relationships and your relationships with people in such a way that they suit you. And I think you would have thrown people out of your life since 2012 that have no business being there, who constantly criticize and who just have no time for. And you've been trying to attract people who add something to your life, who create beauty, who bring in new ideas, who strengthen you in your own message, who help you along. And I think that kind of comes to an end now because that square stops being there. Yeah, it stops being a square, they move on the 13th of June. It comes back later because these two planets are very slow and it's just kind of moving like that, and then it comes back. So it'll be around for a couple of months, even to years, but it takes its first break from that square since March 2012. And that means that you can kind of relax a little bit in terms of your transformation of your social circle. You've achieved what you wanted to achieve, and I would expect that you have good people in your life now. The new moon occurs on the 16th of June, okay, and the new moon happens in your 9th house. So again, it's about setting intentions, pouring energy into expanding yourself, into traveling, into learning something new, into getting new information and learning something, improving your skills. So really, I mean, the strongest theme for you so far, Libra, this month is that desire and that need for you to expand yourself. And the fact that you've got this message, and that through that message you can expand, but also through expansion you can add to your message. So please embrace that process and go for it. Venus is in another aspect now, and the whole month really is colored by Venus because she is super, super active. And if the goddess of love, if loving energy is super active, then that really bodes well, because it means that there's going to be a lot of love in the chart, in the month, and that you're going to have connections and relationships with people that are loving, that are nurturing, that are exciting, that are joyous. So for instance, if you go on a trip to Bali or something, you meet some great people, you'll have the time of your life. So Venus conjuncts Jupiter on the 17th, and she stays there until the 14th of August, so a whole month pretty much. And when two planets conjunct, they mix their energies together. Jupiter is good luck, Venus is love. So you're lucky and you're loving towards people, and they're loving towards you. And it's in Leo, it means that it's energetic and fun, and it's in your 11th house of people. So I would urge you to really socialize and to go to lots of parties and go to lots of concerts and to go to the beach for midnight drum circle sessions and all of that stuff, because you're going to get a lot from other people. You're going to really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Okay, and then finally, or penultimate finally, Jupiter trines Uranus, or it has been trining Uranus since March, and that ends on the 22nd of June. And that means that you're going to become more relaxed about your relationships as well, less chaos, okay? So Uranus is really very difficult to get a grip on, and it's almost like a sense of peace now descends into your social life, particularly with like-minded people who also have an affinity for air, like you do, and who like to share ideas, and who like to create beauty in the world, and who like to apply themselves to add value. So I think you're really going to be, wherever you are, you're going to find that people who are of like mind are attracted to you. At the end of the month, Mars moves into Cancer right on top of your midheaven, which really means that there's going to be a shift now to really get back to work and to really get down into what it is you're meant to do. So again, excuse me, it's like a narrative here. Most of June you do research, you expand your horizons, and you improve your skills. And once you've done that, you get itchy feet to actually use those new skills in your work. And that shift happens around the 25th. So make sure you actually pick up some new info, new skills, before the month is over. Okay, so that's your forecast for June 2015. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. You can also send me an email. The address is readings@gregoryscott.co.uk. And please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a wonderful month, and I'll speak to you soon.